Bangalore, as everybody knows it today, is the IT hub, the Silicon City, the Garden City, the perfect nightlife destination, the party town of India. But trust me, Bangalore is not just this. This place has a very interesting historical base with even more interesting facts which most Bangaloreans are not aware of. For the next few minutes, I'm going to be talking about the history of Bengaluru and some very interesting facts which all Bangaloreans must know. Chennai was built by Francis Day of the East India Company 415 years ago. Kolkata was built by Job Cornack 370 years ago. Bombay was built by the Portuguese and later on gifted as a dowry present to King Charles. The only city that was built by a Desi ruler is none other than Bengaluru. It was given shape 485 years ago. Though it is the oldest among the four metropolis, it was scientifically planned and it still remains a heaven for all its citizens. This place has attracted people from throughout India and all over the globe as well. People are in love with the job opportunities, the aesthetics, the greenery, the infrastructure, and most importantly, the weather. No doubt Bengaluru is such an overpopulated city. But who made Bangalore what it is today? Who? If you have been to Bangalore, you would have surely come across one name over and over and over again, and that is Kempegowda. Kempegowda bus station, Kempegowda railway station, Kempegowda international airport, Kempegowda Nagar, Kempegowda road. This man, he's no more, but he surely has left back a legacy. Hiriya Kempegowda, well known as Kempegowda, was a well-educated and the most successful ruler of his time. He was just an ordinary feudatory ruler, or to be more specific, a chieftain under the king Achyutaraya of the Vijayanagar Empire, which ruled southern India for over 2 centuries. Kempegowda was a man with a vision. He visionized building a city which could hold military cantonments, which had the greatest and the grandest of temples, which had lakes and reservoirs. He wanted to have a city which was well versed in trade and commerce, which would eventually bring up the economic status of the people. Well, that vision of Kempegowda is what has shaped the Bangalore that we have today. It all started in the 1500s when Kempegowda was out for hunting one fine day. During his expedition, he was amused to find a rabbit chasing a dog. Inspired by this rabbit, he named this place as Gandubhumi, which means land of heroes. And he also decided to build a city around this place. On a bright sunny morning in 1537, he assembled 4 pairs of bullocks in the middle of the forest, which is believed to be today's Chickpet. At an auspicious time, he flagged off the event and the bullocks were driven in 4 different directions, furrowing the ground. The places where they stopped marked the boundaries of the city. When all 4 points were connected, it formed to be an oval-shaped territory. Kempegowda's son, Kempegowda II, identified these points and built 4 towers which still stand strong today. One in Mekri Circle, one in Kempambudi Lake, one in Lalbagh, and the other near Alsur Lake. Kempegowda also planned a well-established trading center which were named according to the materials that were sold. For example, Akipete selling rice, Aki meaning rice, and Ragi Pete selling millets. Ragi was one of the major staple foods back then and still is. Alare Pete selling cotton, Belle Pete selling bangles, and so on. There was a place called Doddapete which was a big market area, and now it is known by the name of Avenue Road. Some places still have retained their old names like Akipete and Chickpet and so on, and the relevant businesses are also still conducted. Nadaprabhu Kempegowda has contributed a lot to the development of Bengaluru, which has made it the technological hub that it is today. He visionized building grand temples, and so he did. He built magnificent temples like the Baswangudi Bull Temple, the Gavi Gangadeshwara Temple, the famous Someshwara Temple at Alsur, Dodda Ganesha Temple, and these temples still stand strong today and have become the pride of Karnataka. He visionized building water reservoirs and lakes, and so he did. He dug up the famous Kempambudi Lake. in Chamrajpet, Alsur Lake, Hebbal Lake, Sampangi Lake, Lalbagh Lake in Lalbagh are some of the famous lakes dug up by this person. And it has brought so much of aesthetic view to Bangalore, which is the reason why we have so many visitors every year. Most famous Kempegowda towers, built in 4 distinct locations in Bangalore, stand as the historic pride talking about the greatness of these great rulers. In fact, the municipality of Bangalore, the BBMP, has taken inspiration from this and have adopted the pillars as their logo. They also established a well-managed and well-planned network of trade in that day's Bengaluru, which has given rise to today's Namma Bengaluru. Kempegowda wanted to build a magnificent city, and so he ended up building one. Not all dreamers work on fulfilling their dreams, but he was not a man of that sort. And he is the perfect example of making things happen. It is our duty to make the next generation aware of the greatness and pride of our legends. Legends do not die, they are just forgotten, because we stop reading and sharing information about them. So please do share this information. Let's not forget about our legend, Kempegowda.